everyone, welcome back to my channel. I changed the frame of the shot because I feel like you guys should see how I'm cooking on the desk, but this whole situation is that the desk is too low and I'm a little bit taller than usual, and it just, if you want to see my head fully, and you cannot see my desk, and vice versa. So anyway, I hope this shot will work, but we'll figure this out. I'm figuring this out, and today we are drinking some tea. It's more in the morning. I grew up in the Canton area of China, and we love drinking tea. And I'm actually drinking some oolong from my mom. And it is really light. It's half fermented. It gives you a very refreshing morning's feeling. Yeah, and you need to drink tea with a sound. So this way you can have the air in your mouth, and you exhale it, you can feel the aroma. Yes. Well, today is actually very related to tea. Talking about water, because this week I'm focusing on water in Chinese dishes, and we cannot not talk about tea because it's such an interesting thing. Look at this. It's like it just leaves, and they have taste, and this taste is so hard to describe, but you can just say it's tea, right? And today we are making this, guys. I just boiled them in the morning. These are eggs. Yes, these are eggs, little eggs, just random eggs from the supermarket, and I boiled them for like 10 minutes. It's a hard-boiled egg, and we have some ginger here. It's part of the whole thing, and we have some tea. In our spice thing, we have some tea. This is a long one, and we have, I just learned this English, it's called star aniseed, and actually in Chinese we call it 8 triangles, 八角, and it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. There are 8 angles. So it's interesting that in English it's called star aniseed, because star is actually having 5 angles. I don't know. Anyway, and we have some dried pepper, like the Sichuan pepper, that makes your tongue numb. See? Okay. Yeah, and we have some dark soy sauce for the color of the eggs. Yeah, we are making today Chinese tea eggs. It's so important to me because when I grew up from Canton, after school, we love going to the shops by the street, and there's like older ladies that would have like a huge pot. It's almost like a rice cooker, and they keep cooking the eggs in this kind of like black, really flavorful, scented, like with all this kind of ingredients inside this kind of broth. And she will take one egg out and put it in like a transparent plastic bag, and you take it and you just peel it out in the plastic bag, and the egg would have this like a really beautiful brownish color, almost like a marble, like in the pattern. And yeah, you eat it, and when it's like colder like a winter time, you always want more because you're so hungry after school. We got out of school at 5 p.m. every day because we have other activities and we have like lunch break, but we can talk about that later. So you got hungry, and it's winter, and it's so warm, it's almost like hot, and you just like, it's so hot in your hand, but your body needs it, so you just like just eat it. And it's boiled egg. It's really boiling. So I remember that. That's a really fun experience. So yeah, let me drink one more tea and we can get started. Yeah, you don't put the water at first if you're like making some tea. Don't put the water in the tea for so long. So that's why I have like a smaller like little teapot, because this way I can have a little bit of tea that's ensuring that's warm, and I don't need to put the water in the tea for too long. And about like 30 seconds I'll pour it over, and this is actually a really nice cup. They go together. They will have this pot anyway, this thing will have the exact same measurement as the cup, and so that way will ensure that I don't make too much at a time, and I can drink it in a couple of sips. So I think it's ready, and we just pour it over. Well, the tea that we are using today is actually fully fermented. It's called 大红袍. It's a very high class tea. The reason why I'm using it is not because I'm rich, it's because it's expired. Yes. But according to my mom, it's actually the fully fermented ones. You don't need to worry about the expiration dates because they're fully fermented. I still don't understand, but what my mom say is right now. Well, yeah, like we shouldn't trust our mom fully, but they're right a lot of times. Anyway, so I don't want to waste the tea, so I just use it to make tea eggs. And I'm having 5 eggs today because that's the amount that I have in my fridge. And I don't want to make too much because right now it's just myself, and I don't want to like put them so long in make them and not eat them. Okay. Anyway, so I just boiled them and I take it out so you can see, but you can do it in the pot too. And you just use a little spoon and you just do this. You crack them. But other times you actually can just peel the shell because they're boiled, and it's actually better to get it all inside the broth. But today I want to do this way, so the broth will go inside in between the gaps and will give the egg a really beautiful pattern on them. So let me just do this. You just turn it around because you want the whole thing be cracked. You have a little crack. Yeah. That's great. And fully be cracked but not peeled. Do you want the marble? Anyway. But this dish takes a little while to make, although it's super easy and you just leave it in the pot most of the time. But it needs to be fully, that's why I'm using the darker soy sauce. It doesn't give it it's not too salty, and it will give it a darker color. It's just for the color, actually. Alright, so I have the eggs, and I'll put water in the pot. It's just a normal pot. I use this pot. We have a better pot actually, but I broke the lid. So, give it some water, and then we can boil the water. But while it's in it, we can put the eggs down. See, it's really cracked. Eggshells will be in the soup, but that's okay. See, if you're boiling the egg, and you can just do it in the pot, so you don't have to waste the time to wash another bowl. Yes. But anyway, you can see. Yes, and put them in. It's great. The lid so you boil faster and drink some more tea. And we wait. Now I'll do something when we're waiting because I'm actually busy this morning. Let's see. I'm gonna boil some dumplings. Yeah. No. Actually dumplings. Okay, here's the thing. Dumplings are not my favorite Chinese food. It's very serious. Dumplings are not my favorite Chinese food. But it's good. And when I was traveling in Africa, and I was there for 5 months, it's a school trip. It's a school study abroad program. And there is a dish that they also call, because I live in host families, and they call them, wherever I went, like I went to 4 countries, and every country, the family will tell me that, hey, we're making some dumplings today, and I will be like, what? Because I haven't, like there aren't many Chinese restaurants in the countries that I visit. I visit Tanzania, Botswana, Zimbabwe, and South Africa. So I was like, what? Really? Because by that time, I really miss some dumplings. And dumplings for me is such a nostalgic thing. It's not about how tasteful it is, but how, like, my grandmother, during the Chinese New Year time, which just passed, she would gather everybody together on a huge table and would just make dumplings from the morning, noontime. Like after lunch, everybody will gather and we'll start making dumplings. We do from the flour first. Like my grandma mostly just do the flour the night before, and then we'll just do everything, and we'll do the stuffing, and later at night it's done and we'll boil them, and that's a celebration. But I, like, on New Year's Eve, I don't like eating too much dumplings. I love eating other things, but that's such like a symbolic activity for the families. So when I was in Africa, and all my host families were like, we're making you dumplings, and I was like, yay! And they make something totally different. And one day I've decided to make my Botswana, my host family in Mayana, Botswana, some dumplings, and I have a really fun friend who knows almost nothing about cooking, and he was like, I can join you, and I was like, yay! And we just started doing everything. So bad. We made it for 6 hours from scratch. We know nothing about anything, and the stuffing was actually really good. We ended up just making them like meatballs and frying them. But yeah, the dumplings were like, ah, it just a dough and yeah. But anyway, that was an experience. But I miss dumplings from time to time. Yeah, anyway, let me just boil some dumplings since I have some in my... Oh, I can also steam them. You know, we can steam them, boil them, and fry them anyway, you can steam them. Just this part. Yeah. A little hungry. See? My roommate is not here this week, so I gotta eat everything in our fridge. Oh, wait. Water is boiling here. Let me just do something serious for this video. Coming back, we'll put everything inside. Wait. Wait, I need a cutting board to cut some ginger. I know what I'm doing. I love putting a lot of ginger in my dishes. I think they're just so good for you. Seriously. Yeah. And let's put it in the one. But ginger I figured out because we have this little, we have this little thing to put all our garlic. I don't have much left. We put our garlic in it. So let me just put the rest of the garlic in and prove my point. And we close it and we like completely sealed it. Yeah, it's kind of oily, ew. But when we put the ginger in there, because they kind of are the same category, right? So I used to put the ginger in it, but the ginger, the water in it will start like coming out and making the garlic soft, like making the garlic feel like, oh, it's moist in here. So don't put the ginger in a sealed container, I realized. Anyway, so this is boiling, which is great, and we put the darker soy sauce in here. Let me just do something really stupid. See, you can also already see the color changing because it's darker soy sauce, and the tea will also give it like a color. Like tea is just, I think it's just red tea, right? I think it's just red tea. And we put them in, we'll leave it alone. Sometimes you don't have to like let it boil for so long. Once everything is like start going, the spices is having like the aroma, I think you can just leave it. You just leave it set, like turn off the fire, blow the fire, use water to get at the fire. But yeah, you can also just make it a little bit smaller, let it just low-key boil, and leave it alone. And right now we're gonna steam some dumpling. I don't know if I can finish cooking this dish, but I will send you some pictures, because I'm a responsible person. Why is I should have. I think this is big enough. Maybe not. Let me use a very interesting place. It looks very Chinese. I know. It's fun. I will put the dumpling in here. They're all sticking together. Damn. Yeah, this is why I have to cook this much, because they were all sticking together. I've been waiting for this day to come. After one day, I was like, I want to eat something, and I want to eat this, and this, and then I also want to eat some dumplings. And then I realized it's too much because I cannot separate them. And you cannot separate them because you're risking. This is too tall. You're risking the fact that it's gonna break during the cooking. Okay, this is just want to put like enough water for it to boil. It's okay if you have a little bit too much. This amount is okay. Alright. I have two pots going on. Making food. Oh my god, drinking tea. I know. But if you drink tea too early in the morning and you don't have anything in your stomach, probably will feel like a little low blood sugar. And a little low blood sugar. Anyway, I'm gonna show you. Oh my god. This is not working. See right now this. Honey! Oh my god, you look so cute. Alright. So this is what I'm making today. And hopefully they'll all come through. And yeah, I will send you some pictures when I'm done. Because right now you can see the color. It's kind of yellow. But I do want the brownish color. So I'm gonna wait. Maybe leave it alone for like an hour, 2 hours, whatever. And once you take them out, if you not want to leave some for next meal, leave them in the soup if it's not too salty. And when you reheat it, you can either like put it in the soup and boil it, or just put it in the microwave. Don't microwave the egg themselves, because I realized that it will explode in the microwaves one day. Do you know what I mean? Like the egg, if you put the whole egg in the microwave, because this is how I understand it, the yolk will get heated up faster than the egg white, so the inner side will just once you heat it too much, and it just be an explosion in your microwave. Or I did it when I just opened the microwave door and the whole thing exploded, and I didn't get injured, but that's not fun. So alright, have a really nice day. I will see you tomorrow.